division champs, the Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson. We get set to bring you the first of this three-game set. As you know, the Sox coming off that three-game series against the Cleveland Indians, where we won the first game, and then we let two get away from us. We had a 3-0 lead in Game 2. They won it 5-3. We had a 3-2 lead in Game 3 in the eighth inning. They went 11 innings, and we lost it 5-3. So tonight, trying to get back on the right track with Johnny Danks.
John Danks last year was 13-11, but he has one big problem, and that guy is right in the middle of the Twins lineup, and that's Mike Fedaya. He's hitting .533 against John with 5 home runs and 11 driven in. So they're going to try a different game plan against him. But one break tonight, Joe Mauer is not in the starting lineup. Francisco Liriano goes to the mound for the Twins, and Liriano, for a time in the spring, was thought that maybe he would be the closer when Joe Nathan went down. Didn't work out that way, and watch him early in the game. He has a tendency to overthrow. So if he gets the ball over the plate early, could be a tough night. But I'm thinking he's going to overthrow on a very chilly night in Chicago. But, Hawk, this is a game we'd dearly love to win.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Well, Jim Thome certainly made an impression on everybody here, his teammates and fans, White Sox fans all over the nation, both on the field and in the clubhouse. Steve, he was really an asset.
I think Jim Thome is one of the great guys in the game, certainly wonderful for the community, but also it's what he did on the field. You might remember game 163 when his home run was the only run that John Danks needed, and what a wonderful man he is.
Well, Thome's return to Chicago was certainly a big topic of discussion before the game with Ozzie.
He might get a standing ovation from me. But you don't need no standing ovation for the fans. You know, from his teammate, yes. I mean, we're not going to do it. If we was playing spring training, yes. I make everybody in the club stand up and root for him. But now it's a different thing. Fans in Chicago, they're good. They don't forget. They don't forget when you're bad. They don't forget when you're good. And I don't expect anything less. That good welcome to him.
So Jim Thome returns to Chicago tonight as a member of the Minnesota Twins, our rivals, just as other former Sox fan favorites have done in the past.
In 1989, Harold Baines was traded to the Texas Rangers. He returned to the old Comiskey Park a few weeks later, had his number retired before the game, and then went out and had 3 hits.
In 2006, the big hurt Frank Thomas made his return to Chicago as a member of the Oakland A's, and he received a warm welcome from White Sox fans and proceeded to smash 2 solo homers. Big Frank was 3 for 5 in his return.
And last season, almost 1 year ago tonight, Joe Crede came back to Chicago with the Minnesota Twins and slugged a home run in his first plate appearance.
Well, Jim Thome is not in the starting lineup tonight, but he is looking very much forward to facing his former teammates.
You know, I can't say it wouldn't be nice to get a nice reaction. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. You give your heart and your soul to a team, and you grind it out every day, and they do the same. The fans do the same. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to get a nice ovation, and, you know, it's to me, it was always a great place to play. I always enjoy coming to the ballpark here and playing because the fans gave you everything they had, too.
And we'll be back.
Minnesota Twins at 3-1 in first place by a half game. Will line up this way. Expand leading it off with Hudson, the switch hitter, hitting second, then Hardy hitting third, Morneau at first, Dyer, Kubel, Young, Harris, and young Drew Butera catching. The defense and now the lineup behind John Danks left to right, Pierre Rios and Quentin in the infield. Vizquel at third tonight with Ramirez, Beckham, Konerko, Donnie Lucy getting his first start behind the plate, and John Danks on the hill. Danks last year 13-11, fine ERA of 3.77. Usually throws pretty well against these Twins. And Joe Mauer is not in the lineup, and that's not a bad thing. So I'll turn it over, after we look at the umpires, to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here at WCIU Channel 26. First of this three-game set as they are waiting for the clock to strike 7:10. But last year, not a good season against the Twinkies. We played them 18 times. We won 6 of the 18. Minnesota coming in after a very fine series, opening up the season with 4 games out at the Big A in Anaheim, where they took 3 of 4 from the Halos. So now we are ready, as here is Denard Span. Takes ball 1.
Well, we're going to see tonight if sleep is overrated, because Ron Gardner, along with most of his team, got their bags around 7 o'clock this morning after playing a night game on getaway day in Anaheim and then flying cross country to get here.
Well, the league's just going to have to get together and do the same thing, reciprocate to the Angels. As there's a strike. Give them night games on getaway day when they're on the road. Going inside, Span 1 for 16 on the season. Last year hit .311, 8 homers, and drove in 68 from Minnesota. And there's a base hit. So good speed aboard. Last year he had 23 stolen bases.
When you fall behind, you get a hitter just up there looking for one pitch, a fastball. And Denard Span takes it right back up the middle. He got that fastball. It wasn't in a bad spot, but if a hitter's looking for it, especially a good hitter, he can handle it.
Here's a switch hitting second baseman, Orlando Hudson. 3 for 17 on the young season. Twins in their first 4 games hitting at .252. Outfield around to the right. Big gap in left center. First pitch strike. Vizquel leading with a bag off the line at third.
Span would like to see the good move of John Danks.
Pretty good lead by Span. And the count evens at 1. Minnesota, the defending American League Central Division champions. Oh, what a comeback they made against the Tigers. That's fastball upstairs, couldn't get it. And the count 1-2. Tigers were spitting it out, and Twins took advantage of it.
Twins came back and had a 17-4 run to end the season and got themselves in a position to play head-to-head with the Tigers, and they beat them.
That fastball fell back into the LG Skyline Club seats.
The scouting report on Hudson, right-handed especially, is you can throw fastballs face-high right by him. But he does have a little pop from both sides of the plate.
Well, last year with the Dodgers, hit .283, 9 homers, and drove in 62. And there's a base hit. So things aren't going according to plan through the first 2 hitters.
This time it looked like a breaking ball that didn't do much. You see, Lucy wanted that ball down, and John just got it thigh high, which is never a good spot. 2 hitters, 2 hits, and one of the new acquisitions over the wintertime, J.J. Hardy, stepping up.
Hardy is 5 for 16 with a couple of homers.
They told you they don't have a dome anymore, right? You gotta play.
Traded Carlos Gomez to Milwaukee, with Hardy leaving because they had to make room for Alcides Escobar, fine young shortstop with the Brewers.
And the count 2-0. Hardy last year with Milwaukee hit .229, 11 homers, and drove in 47. Outfield straight up. And there's the strike.
Here you see we pan around on the defense. Rios covers a world of ground in center field.
That is popped up. Stay in here. Come back. Wow. Second row. So the count 2-2, and here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
And Lucy now talking with John Danks. Jim Thome hit a big home run in Anaheim against those Angels.
And there was a changeup up out over the plate, and that's not good. That is the defining pitch for Johnny Danks. So a lot of trouble brewing right here in the very top of the first inning, if you're just joining us. And here's Morneau, 4 for 13 on the young season with 2 homers. And lifetime against Danks, 8 for 26 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs.
Morneau lost the last part of the year to some back problems. He's very strong. Played long enough, 135 games, to drive in an even 100 runs.
And the count 0-2. Yeah, you could see a definite difference, Stevie, in that swing last year at the end of the season. He was really, really scuffling.
He doesn't hit the high fastball, a lot like Travis Hafner. If you can throw it up there, you're in pretty good shape.
A ball and 2 strikes to the very strong 28-year-old first baseman.
Because he says no. Not to have to make another pitch. We'll take a look at it from the side. That certainly is a call that could have been made that wasn't.
What new? That went beyond the plate. He gone.
That's really a spot for him. He threw it up and in, and Morneau's never going to catch up to it up there. But now comes the big problem. Michael Cuddyer. See Lucy set up on the inner portion. That pitch is in a perfect spot. There are very few lefties in baseball that are going to hit the ball there. One of them, however, is not playing tonight, and that's Joe Mauer.
Here's Cuddyer, 6 for 16 on the season. But hitting over 500 against Danks, 16 for 30 with 5 homers and 11 knocked in.
Those are pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, if you're going to throw it, that's the place to miss. 2-0.
Cuddyer has decent but not overwhelming speed. If you can get him to hit the ball on the ground, you're looking for 2.
Outfield slightly to the left, about equidistant. And that ball is hammered. Just a hard strike. .24-year-old southpaw Johnny Danks. And the count 3-1. Last year was 1-2 against Minnesota. Lifetime 4-5.
So often happens when you know you have problems with a hitter. It seems like you're always 2-0 and 3-1 to that guy that gives you the most problems instead of going right after him.
Well, that old axiom not only holds true in baseball, but in society. The rich get richer and poor get poorer. Those good hitters, they're always 2-0, 3-1. Those guys that struggle always 0-2, 1-2. Sacks packed and out to payoff. There's a little looper. Alex is going to come in, and they're going to double him up at second base. Go to second base. All right. So a brain cramp right there by Hudson. And the Sox get out of it after a half inning of play. It's the Twins nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
Hitting fourth, and Jones, Rios, Vizquel, Ramirez, and Donnie Lucy getting his first start of the year. The defense behind Liriano, Young, Span, and Kadire with Harris, Hardy, Hudson, and Morneau. Drew Butera getting his first start behind the plate, and Francisco Liriano on the mound. Tough year for him last year. This year he is the number 5 starter. And he's been throwing the ball very well.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. As there's first pitch strike to Juan Pierre. 2 for 12 on the season.
And I would assume it's got to give our boys a lift to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the first inning without giving up a run.
Well, if it doesn't, something's wrong. Chops that one foul. And let's check out this AT&T U-verse replay. A little looper in the center field. You can see Hudson. That's just not good base running right there. Thank goodness. So it goes 8-3-4 on the double play. See what's new from AT&T. Visit www.attnt.com.
I'm not sure what Hudson was thinking about, because there was never a chance for that ball to drop.
Well, he certainly didn't lose count of the outs because he stopped and looked back.
You do know nobody's out at that point.
That's into left center field. And right now, let's check out our picks to click. Command Joe, our director and crew, Donnie Lucy. Stone Pony with Omar Vizquel, Mike Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Pete Catazzone, all the great folks in the ticket office tonight. We're going to go with Andrew Jones. Beckham fouls it out of play.
You do realize that although this is a major coincidence, all 3 of us on our picks to click picked guys with nary a hit this year.
That's a first for you. Yes. High right side. No taking charge. Getting Butera out of there. So out number 2.
Drew Butera's dad, Sal Butera, major league catcher for a long time. Son doesn't have a whole lot of pop, but can really catch it and throw it.
Sounds like Sal.
One of the guys that can pretty much shut down a running game. Of course, to have a good running game, you have to have runners.
Carlos takes ball one. He's 2 for 8 on the season with a homer. That home run coming last night put us on top 3-2. That was in the bottom of the 7th inning. We lost the lead. They tied it in the 8th, and then went 11 innings before they beat us 5-3. It's the Cleveland Indians. Detroit beat Cleveland today in the Tiger home opener 6-2. Off the outside corner.
Liriano has all the pitches, and before he hurt his arm and he had Tommy John surgery, he had a devastating slider.
That's why he had Tommy John surgery.
I mean, it was one of those that you just look at like the old lefty Steve Carlton, called the back foot slider. But his arm gave way, and that was about it.
And that's ball 4.
One of the things that Ron Gardner talked about before the game was trying to settle Liriano down. We knew he would be excited for this particular performance, but he didn't want him to go out there and try to throw the ball through Butera. He said, we got to just throttle him back some because his stuff is good enough unless he tries to overthrow it. He tried to overthrow it to Quentin.
That'll bring up Konerko. Cawley 2 for 9 with a couple of homers. Cawley lifetime against Liriano 3 for 9 with a couple of homers. Takes a strike. There's a pitch right there. If he gets over, we got a problem.
It's a pretty good straight change. And one of the harder straight changes around, that was 84 miles an hour. When you throw 94 to 96, 84 is a good straight change.
Did not check it up, and that'll do it. After 1, there is no score. First pitch strike to Jason Kubel, the designated hitter for Minnesota, 1 for 9 on the season. Last year he hit 300, 28 homers, and drove in 103.
24 of his 26 home runs came against right-hand pitchers. So normally the left-handers will keep him in the park.
He has one off Johnny. Google 7 for 22 against Danks. Little top hand rollover right there.
Sunday, April 11th, it's the White Sox and these same Twins. Join the White Sox for Kids Day that's sure to be out of this world. NASA astronaut Captain Jim Lovell from Apollo 13 mission will throw a ceremonial first pitch. Festivities will include a kids-only autograph session, face painters, caricature artists, and much more. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Delman Young. And 2 down. Well, Minnesota, in that 4-game series against the Halos, hit 9 home runs.
And they were talking about that, a most unusual output for the Twins. However, this is a different Twin team. I mean, when you look up and down this lineup, you don't see that great speed. You got guys at the top who can run, but this isn't a typical Twin speed lineup. They added some guys who can hit the ball out of the park. And Delman Young has really made some great strides in that department.
Well, they're spending some money.
I'm going to spend a lot more of it because with the $96 million payroll this year, doesn't include that $184 million for Joe Mauer.
They tell us that Carl Pohlad, God rest his soul, he owns the team, and when he passed away, that his sons have come in and they have really loosened up the purse strings.
Well, they get a brand new stadium that's completely filled and will be on a daily basis for some time. It's a beautiful ballpark. Had a chance to take a look at it. I'm sure as you had a chance to look at that ballpark. It's in a perfect spot downtown, and they're going to do real well for a long time.
Well, if they had spent, in the last decade, if they had spent some money, they may have won 3 or 4 world championships.
Well, it wasn't that Carl didn't have it. It's just that he chose not to spend it.
A lot of people say he was the wealthiest owner in sports.
Well, if he wasn't the number one, he was right up there with him.
Brendan Harris. Two and two with 2 out here in the top of the second. Chopper to Hopper. Nice inning for Danks. 1, 2, 3. After an inning and a half, no score. know during the game. Now, the Game Zone is available for every White Sox game and brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri. On-campus and online classes fit your schedule and your budget. Andrew Jones to face Francisco Liriano.
More times than not, Liriano will throw that fastball away to the right-handers. When he comes inside, it'll be with a slider. So far, he's changing speeds pretty well. He came up with the San Francisco Giants and was part of that big A.J. Pierzynski trade.
Well, you hate to see injuries of any sort to anybody, but for some reason you even hate to see it a little more when you get such a tremendous talent like Liriano.
I did the first game that he ever threw. And Gary Matthews Jr. hit a home run as the first hitter he ever faced. But you could look at his stuff, and it was startlingly good.
There's the leadoff walk to Jones. And that'll bring up the wheels. Alex 1 for 10. And that one hit left the premises. Yeah, you don't like to see anybody get hurt, but young pitchers with that just tremendous ability. He'd like to definitely see that.
I remember talking with Terry Ryan, who was then the general manager, and we were in Arizona in the Fall League, and I asked him about the arm, and they had just taken another look at it, and he said, it doesn't look good. Looks like it's going to be Tommy John surgery. And of course, that's at least a year. Sometimes even it stretches out to 15, 16 months.
Well, fortunately, the success rate of the Tommy John surgery is terrific.
Especially if you have it as a youngster. I mean, he was a very young pitcher when he had it. And you're right, they've gotten so good at it that a lot of guys come back with a stronger elbow after the surgery.
1-1 pitch. That's low. 2-1 to count to Alex.
Young plays way off the line into left center field. This is the same defense they used in the Dome. Gary Crawford says yes. That certainly changes the at-bat. We'll take a look at it from the side.
That wasn't as bad as Morneau's. Better believe it changes the at-bat. Morneau's got to play. Calls Butera off. 1 out.
Liriano got away with one because he hung a slider that time over the middle of the plate. And Alex, who had been swinging the bat real well without a lot to show for it in the Indian series, just let one get away.
Here's Omar Vizquel making his first plate appearance. Let's see what last year he did with the Rangers. First pitch strike. 42-year-old veteran out of Caracas, Venezuela, now resides in Sammamish, Washington. Future Hall of Fame, first ballot.
He's probably had that home since his early days with the Mariners. Liked it up there so much, it still lives there.
Oh, there's a lot of that former players up there. That's a beautiful area. One out. Harris, the third baseman, well off the line at third, just about a step back of the bag now, maybe a couple. Finally had a beautiful day here in the beautiful city. There goes Andrew, and that pitch is fouled away.
Good idea and a good pitch on the hit and run. Although it was a little higher than Omar would have liked it. It was out away. Ozzie put the sign on. Good idea, but fouled it off.
Well, it was a great pitch to throw out Andrew Jones.
If he missed it,
If
yes.
he missed it. To Hopper. They go to second. Now they will not turn it over. So they get the lead man 2 down. And by virtue of Omar fouling that pitch off, the inning stays alive.
Ramirez has always had good luck with Liriano, so this looks to be a nice matchup.
Alexei 1 for 11 on the season. 3 for 5 lifetime off the Minnesota southpaw. Alexei lately has been in the swing mode. Unfortunately, the good pitches he's had to hit, he's fouled off, and some of the bad ones he's put in play.
It was a pretty good idea because he got Brendan Harris way back at third base. That's one thing that hitters, especially those with speed and the ability to bunt, will always take a look at where the third baseman lines up. Now Harris comes in a couple of steps.
They got him picked off. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across. There was a walk. No errors. Nobody left. We'll go to the third scoreless. Drew Butera takes first pitch strike from Johnny Danks, making his first plate appearance of the season. If you're just tuning in, Joe Mauer is not in the lineup. Two and one.
John Danks had a very good second inning after a rocky first, as you take a look at their new $184 million man. They decided they wanted to lock up Joe Mauer, who's from the St. Paul area, local boy. And they got him. And they got him for a long time.
He gone.
Visit WhiteSox.com today to check out the Chicago White Sox Charities online auctions. Unique White Sox memorabilia and experiences will be posted every 2 weeks. Visit WhiteSox.com to place your bid today.
Back to the top of the order with Denard Span. Bounced a single right back through the middle to start off the ball game. Takes a strike. Vizquel in on the grass at third. A couple of steps off the line.
I like to see him in that far when you have a guy that you know likes to bunt.
Alexei's got time. 2 down. So here's Hudson. He also singled back in the first into center field. I love to see very aggressive corners. They put the pressure on the hitter, whether it be trying to take away the bunt for a base hit, trying to take away the bunt on a sacrifice. And we talked about it yesterday. I'll tell you, Baltimore was the best I ever saw.
Or let the guy have enough pressure to try to slap it by him.
Well, what you're doing is you're forcing the action.
Remember the World Series where Pete Rose got right on the doorstep of Mickey Rivers? Was 45 feet from him and said, "Here, hit it by me." Couldn't do it the whole series.
Well, Pete was pretty aggressive over there, but the most aggressive first baseman I ever saw in recent years was Jeff Bagwell.
Terrific.
Jeff Bagwell against us, he caught a foul ball over by the third base on deck circle. He gone. 3 strikeouts for Johnny. 1, 2, 3 inning. He's retired the last 8 he's seen. No score, bottom of the third. Alexei will lead it off. He was at the plate when Vizquel was going on first move and got caught stealing. Starts him off with a changeup, low and away. One to count. Breaking ball. Right over the top of it.
If he's going to throw those sliders inside to Alexei, and Harris better get over toward the line. That's one of the things that a lot of teams don't do these days. The shortstop can read the signal from the catcher. And if a good left-hander with a slider that bears in on the right-hand hitters, you know you're going to be able to get it there. A lot of shortstops will tell the third baseman to move over toward the line of step.
Off down to the bat. Ball falls down, slips down.
That'll be a base hit.
Should be. Our first one.
But he went over to do something that I don't like to see pitchers do, is go over and try to barehand it. He comes over and he's going to try to barehand this ball. But he got his foot stuck behind his cleat. Watch it again and watch his throwing hand. He actually slides into the ball before his hand can get there.
So here's Donnie Lucy. Takes it high and wide. Donnie making his first plate appearance of the season. Had 15 at-bats back in 07 with us. And there's a souvenir right side.
If Ramon Castro does not hurt himself in spring training, Donnie would have never had this opportunity. So as long as he is here, he'd like to make the most of it.
And there is a base hit. Alexei is going to make the turn. So Lucy, a solid single into right center.
That fastball is up and out over the plate, and Lucy hits it in a perfect spot. Most of the fastballs tonight from Liriano have been away to the right-hand hitters. So with runners at the corners and nobody out, we'll move to the top. This is shaping up as a very promising inning.
Juan Pierre went out to Denard Span in center. Well, everybody formulates their own philosophies over the years that have been in the game for a long time. And over the years, there's no question in my mind, you certainly have exceptions to any adage, any maxim, any rule. But for the most part, that's chop foul. In the big leagues today, the way the pattern has changed, right-handed hitters have got against left-handed pitching to try to beat them to right field. Left-handed hitters have got to try to beat good right-handers to left field. Taking him right to the bag. And they get him. But Alexei scores and the Sox take a quick 1-0 lead.
This is a new double play combination for the Twins, Hudson and Hardy. And what Ron Gardner said is they did everything together in the spring. They played the same innings. If Hudson was coming out, Hardy left the game. If Hardy was coming out, Hudson left the game. They wanted to make sure that they were able to gel together.
Ball one to Beckham.
That was a pretty quick double play. J.J. Hardy has a very strong arm.
Out in front of that changeup. Good check on the slider down. Well, there were a lot of people who said that J.J. Hardy was going to be in Milwaukee for years and years and years.
Well, he might have been, but that's not a very fast team. And one of the things that Alcides Escobar gives him is a little speed on an otherwise slothful team.
And there's ball 4. For the third walk issue by Liriano.
Organize a group outing of 20 or more guests during the 2010 season. You can purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing with one of 6 great party areas. The more tickets you order, the more money you save. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
Well, Hardy's been pretty good with that bat.
Up until last year.
Yeah, in 07 and 08, he had 50 home runs, drove in 154. Yep. Here's a strike. Quentin.
Now, I don't know if they're going to be successful, but they're trying to save up enough money to keep the big boy at first base, Prince Fielder. That's going to be a good trick when you look at some of the bigger contracts around.
Change up, low. One and one to count to Quentin. Gap out there in right center field. Harris back and well off the line at third. Decent lead by Beckham. And he flips that one into right field. Gordon's going to make the turn. He will go into third base. So with 2 out, runners at the corners, and here comes Konerko.
Carlos takes that one down, and he does love the ball down. Gets it off the end of the bat, puts it in a perfect spot because he didn't hit it all that hard. No chance for the fine throwing Cuddyer to have any thought of Beckham at third base. Now the one big advantage you might have is if Liriano buries that slider in the dirt. That'll put a lot of pressure on the youngster Drew Butera behind the plate. That is the thing he does best, is call a game, block pitches, and certainly catch it and throw it.
Well, a check swing strikeout victim. Takes it right there. Like to have that one back. Liriano certainly has enough velocity to be effective.
He's been staying there consistently around 94 miles an hour.
That first fastball at Paulie was 95. That's the highest I've seen it. Off the end of the bat. They're going to force Quentin at second, but the Sox get on the board. We'll go to the fourth, leading 1-0. Top of the fourth inning, Sox lead at 1-0. 1-3-0 for our guys, 0-3-0 for their guys. Hardy, Morneau, and Kadire. First pitch low and away. There's the changeup for a strike. And the count 1-2.
And that time he just outguessed J.J. Hardy. And if you throw that changeup, if he keeps it low and away, he's going to get it.
Hard hit. Nice pick by Alexi. Plenty of time. Beautiful play.
That was just an outstanding effort because that was a one-hop rocket. And Ramirez was playing him in a good spot. John tried to cut that fastball inside. This is just, it's got to stick in your glove or you've got no chance. And it did, and the rest was easy.
Here's Morneau, struck out on a good fastball, up and in. Of course, today marks the 25th anniversary of when Ozzie Guillen first joined our ballpark.
Been a nice run for Oz, both as a player and a manager. 25 years ago today. It's a long time wearing that uniform.
Two and one to the 28-year-old first baseman. Nice. Cut on it. And a full count with Kadire on deck. Outfield straight up and spread out. And there's a little duck snort that he's not going to be able to get. So Matabatacola for Morneau.
John made a good pitch, shattered the bat, but Morneau took a full swing and unfortunately dumped it right in front of a diving Juan Pierre. Once you realize that you're not going to catch it, you've got to knock it down. Juan was able to do that and make sure that Morneau stayed at first, keep the double play in order.
Kadire popped up into an 8-3-4 double play. You're just tuning in, Twins' first three guys, as that's popped up into center field. Alex is there, but the Twins' first three hitters reached with base hits, and Danks struck out Morneau, and then here is the double play popped up into by Morneau, by Kadire to first.
Alex at first didn't know quite what to do with it because he couldn't believe that Hudson was standing that close to third base.
So here's Kubel with a top hand rollover grounder to Beckham.
It's called 50-50 reference, KK.
Up high, 2-0.
Well, you just as soon not walk Kubel to get to Young, who's been swinging the bat very well in the early going.
Kubal's got a chance to be some kind of force offensively. But not up there.
Well, John keeps it up there against Kubel and Morneau. Not going to have too many problems.
Well, basically, Kubel is not a bad high fastball hitter. When I say high with the left hand, I'm talking about like letter high. But above that, he's got no chance. Two out, full count. Those pitchers. Ron Cooper, our pitching coach. And that's out of play. They have led the major leagues in quality starts, I believe, since
2000 maybe?
No, I think it was 01 starting this week. And that is one indicator of just how good he is. Once again, the payoff. So the first walk issued by Danks, and that'll bring up Delmon Young. And tonight's U.S. Cellular text poll question, believe in something better, is, will the Minnesota Twins repeat as American League Central Division champions? A, yes, B, no. Just text A or B to 97999 and watch for the results later in the game.
Well, hopefully that walk to Kubel won't come back to haunt John Danks, because you just put a guy that you should retire on base to face one of their better hitters.
Young grounded out to Beckham. Seventh inning in Cincinnati. 3-1 Cubs. And the count 2-0.
Twins paid a high price for Delmon Young. Matt Garza, starting pitcher, and Jason Bartlett, who's turned into one of the fine young shortstops in the major league.
Big swing right there by Young. Ground ball. Nice little Bolingbrook bounce right there to Lexi, and that'll retire the side. Have a mild 2-out threat. Can't score. It's still 1-0 good guys. Andrew Jones will lead it off here in our half of the fourth inning. Andrew walked. That ball a little fly into right center field.
Sox fans, Subway is now open for breakfast. Try a low-fat Western egg white muffin melt, made the way you want. Build your better breakfast at Subway today. Subway, eat fresh.
One pitch, one out, and that'll bring up Alex Rios. Fouled out to Morneau. And that's in the center field. It's going to hang up for Span.
Nice play by Denard Span, who has played all over the outfield for these Twins, but he's a natural center fielder. So with the departure of Carlos Gomez, Span goes back to the place that he knows best. He made a good play there. Huck, what'd you think about when you went through a period where you were hitting the ball hard, but you weren't getting anything to show for it?
As a young hitter or later on a veteran?
A veteran hitter.
Well, two different mind thoughts and mind processes. Is it, as a veteran hitter, you just didn't change anything. You stayed right where you were at.
Because you felt you were swinging the bat well.
Nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is hit it hard. As a young hitter, you started changing everything. I mean, different stance, different bats, which is ridiculous. As Omar strikes out, and that'll retire to side. A 1-2-3 inning for Liriano. First time he's done that, still 1-0. Top of the fifth inning. Brendan Harris, Drew Butera. Then back to the top of the order. Denard Span to face Johnny Danks. Nice change up. Got out and around it. One pitch, one out. And Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules. That'll bring up Butera. Well, being a breaking ball pitcher later in your career, when you were very successful, you didn't get many more pitch outs, did you?
Not too many, which is why the pitches usually piled up, and if I was going to be successful and go deep into the game, it was always in excess of 110 pitches.
Yeah. Funny how breaking ball pitchers don't get a lot of hold. Now, guys with good changeups, different story. Guys with good fastballs, occasionally. I'm not talking about your mid-90s to upper 90s because they get a lot of foul balls,
right.
so they don't have to get many. But because hitters just don't like to swing at a breaking ball first pitch.
Well, that's why you have a couple of different kinds of breaking balls. There's that get me over that you don't want to throw later in the count, but you break it about halfway and just throw it because they see it spinning and they take it.
He gone.
Good cutter, low and into Butera, and Johnny just overmatched him. So you let a decent pitcher, and John Danks is more than a decent pitcher. He's a good one. Let him off the hook in the first inning, and you normally have yourself some problems. And with bases loaded, nobody out, to come away empty for these Twins was a huge lift for John Danks.
Denard Span takes ball one. He singled and then grounded to short.
Span was the #1 draft choice of these Twins back in 2002.
And there's a base hit in the left field. So good speed aboard.
That's been the secret of how the Twins have been able to keep a competitive team each and every year. Even though they've lost a lot of guys to free agency, but their farm system, their scouts, their drafting and player development have been just great. Span is theirs. Morneau is theirs. Kadire is theirs. Kubel is theirs. Mauer is theirs. And when you do that, #1, you're able to control guys at a relatively low rate for a long time, but also then you can buy your free agents around the heart of your team.
We got him picked off. And the ball is dropped.
That's just a little lack of concentration on the part of Alexi.
Took
And
his eye off.
We'll see if he's charged with E6. Because they got him, and now the Twins are going to get an extra out in this inning. Good move by John Danks. Good solid throw by Paul. And Paul just dropped out of the glove.
Took his eye off.
Yep.
So he picks up his first error.
In the scouting report for the Twins is Ron Gardenhire, after a move to first base, many times likes to go on first move by the pitcher. And that slide step by Johnny, speeding up that motion to combat the base runner. He wasn't anywhere close with that fastball.
It took him right out of his rhythm during that pitch. A lot of guys can't. We talked about that the other day with Gamet. A lot of guys have trouble acquiring that feel. There's a nice changeup, poked out into right field by Hudson, and that'll retire the side halfway home. 1-0 White Sox. Alexei, Lucy, and Juan Pierre face Francisco Liriano. Very talented young southpaws on the bump tonight. Alexei hit one off the end of the bat as that's popped up. A little soft pop up right side.
Well, between innings, John Danks had a talk with Alexei. Just say, hey, don't worry about it. I'll bail you out. You just maybe get me another run along the way here.
Well, John has learned that from Burley. Burley is tremendous at that.
Well, look, you're going to make mistakes. You don't expect your infielders to yell at you if you give up a home run. And there's not much you can do about the physical errors in the game. It's just one of those things. They happen. You just hope that you get picked up by a teammate.
Johnny has had a great mentor in Burley and a great pitching coach in Cooper. He's been very fortunate.
He came over to the right place at the right time in his career, coming over from the Texas Rangers. At that point, very much a hitting-oriented organization. And came to one that, especially in the major leagues, really understands how to develop young pitchers, with a pitching coach that is about as good as any of them around.
And Burley, a huge help in the respect that he keeps pushing things. He keeps pushing it. And he gets all over it. And we talk about Mark like he's just 31 years old.
Well, seemingly been around forever. And the one thing that he doesn't have to teach the young pitchers around him, 9 straight years he's taken the ball for at least 200 innings. And that's, believe me, through a lot of pain, because every pitcher who's been around for a while pitches with pain.
After the first couple of outings in spring training, it's very, very seldom the pitchers don't have ouchiness someplace for the rest of the season.
It's like racehorses. They say that they always race sore. It's just a degree of soreness. Same thing with pitchers.
There are a lot of guys. We're very fortunate on our pitching staff. We've got 5 competitive, very competitive starters. But you get some pitchers, not that they're not competitive, but they're babied so much, especially by their agents, to the degree that, agents, they talk to their agents day in and day out, almost every day, and they say, hey, how you feel today, Stevie? Oh, I'm a little outside.
Got something wrong? Hey, go on take a couple weeks off.
Go on the DL,
yeah. A couple weeks off, and you'll come back and get him. You'll still have a good year.
Yeah. They're trying to extend the shelf lives. Because there's a little soft ground ball. And another quick 1-2-3 inning. He's retired the last 7 he's seen. J.J. Hardy will lead it off for the Twinkies.
The one thing I think John would like to do is keep the ball away from Hardy, because he's hit the ball twice hard.
To an 0 the count. He was all over it. Thank goodness, just underneath it.
Just as soon keep it away and let Hardy try to pull it. He's looking for a 2-0 fastball. He gets it right down the middle and fortunately fouls it back.
And the count evens at 2.
That's really what you want to do. That was the spot to throw him. And if you can throw him a straight change here, you're going to get him. He's that geared up for the fastball.
Gap out there in left center. And this popped up right side, playable.
Enjoy your day at U.S. Cellular Field with family and friends. Individual tickets for the Chicago White Sox 2010 season are now on sale. Visit WhiteSox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
That'll bring up Morneau. Struck out his first at bat. And back in the 4th. Shattered his bat and hit a little duck snort out there in the. Ooh, he got a cookie right there and missed it.
John's left a couple pitches out over the plate this inning. That's a curveball that doesn't curve. Unfortunately, he hung it higher than high.
Fisted him right there, and that's going to fall. Couple of duck snorts for a big, strong Justin Morneau.
It's cost him a couple of bats, but it's gotten him a couple base hits. See the bat kind of shatter. And a good effort by Gordon, but he just can't get to it.
Dyer. 0 for 2 twice. He's gone out to Rios in center. He is now 16 for 32 lifetime against Stanks. 5 homers, 11 RBIs. There's a strike. Fastball.
Good fastball shaved off the outside corner. Ground ball right about here would look awfully good off the bat of Kadire.
And that's hit into center field. The fans on tonight's home improvement from Menards. The Twins' Jason Kubel increased his offensive production from 2008 to 2009. Jason reached the 300 average and 100 RBI marks for the first time in his 5-year career in 2009. So for all your home improvement needs, shop and save big money at Menards. Cutting and slashing, and the count 0-1. Mentioned earlier, Tigers beat the Indians 6-2 in their home opener at Comerica Park. Checks it up, fouls it off. San Francisco beat the Braves 5-4 out of AT&T. Cincinnati has come back to take a 5-3 lead over the Cubs. The 0-2.
John's had a good straight change, not as good as normal. Had some problems with the breaking ball, but this is a good time to break out your best.
Whatever it's going to be. Good breaking ball or change, whatever. 2-0 the You were talking earlier about different curveballs to start off a hitter. Very seldom, times past, would you see the guy's best curveball the first time he threw it to him. He would save it till he had 2 strikes.
Well, the saying was you couldn't strike out anybody on strike 1.
Bose didn't get it.
And if you threw him your best on strike 1, you had nothing to come back to show him any better than that. And this one just off the corner.
It was outside.
Not a strike. And I don't think you're going to see the runners going here.
1 out. Morneau at second. Kadai at first. And the full count. He gone.
He was waiting all at bat for that good hard slider. He finally got him on the 3-2 pitch. Lucy wants it low and away, and John just cuts it in a perfect spot.
That's why you save it for last.
You'd like to get him before you get to 3-2, but
the philosophies have, obviously changed. That's one thing I've been so fortunate is there's a look at this. You're talking about 3 soft singles. Man. Meanwhile, the game is tied at 1. That's typical against us for the Twins. Duck snort, duck snort, duck snort.
The Twins are very aggressive on the base paths, but it looked like Alex would have a shot at Kadire at third base. But he got to the baseball and then looked, and by the time he did not react to it, Kadire was in without a play. Well, Alex gets to the ball quickly. Right there, he's got it. But goes to second. So, for the moment, it's tied with runners at the corners.
And Brendan Harris, the hitter, he is grounded to short and he is grounded to third. Takes a strike. 2 teams in this league that have the most softest hits against us year in and year out. First of all, with no question about Minnesota. Second's Kansas City.
Well, these are some big, strong hitters, and they're catching the ball off the end of the bat or just above the hands. And in this inning, especially, 3 base hits that just found a perfect spot to land.
Slow chopper. Booted by Alexei.
Not only booted, but then you bemoan your fate by keeping your head down, and these aggressive Twins just keep on running. No reason at all for Young to be at third base. It actually should be 2 errors on the play. We'll take another look at it. It's one thing to miss it. That happens. But once you have missed it, go get it.
So here's the catcher, Drew Butero. Twice he's been to the plate, twice he's struck out. That's 2. Yanks that one foul and the count 0-1. Donnie kept it in the vicinity.
Well, Harris couldn't read right away how far that ball was moving away from Lucy, so he had to hold. First time tonight the Twins have taken the lead.
And there's the strike. What are you talking about? 2 errors on that play. Even though they're not putting it up on the board, there are 2 errors. One of commission and one of omission.
Well, again, if you boot the ball and you pick it up, you're going to be able to get him at third, but he's not going to go to third if you rush to pick up the ball.
Two and two. Full count.
John Banks at the 106 mark in pitches. So this is most likely his last inning, and he'd love to end it with Butera and not have to worry about Span. And the bullpen is up and going.
Line break is up. Throws him the changeup, freezes him, he gone. But they pick up 2 runs. And they lead it 2-1. Sox hit a home run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kathy will win 100 chances to take home the Powerball jackpot, and tonight's jackpot is worth $150 million. 2-1 bad guys as Beckham will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 with a base on ball.
And right through the heart of the order, and this the 3rd time through the lineup. Sox hitters should know exactly what Liriano has.
Two 2-0 the count.
He's already walked 3. And the 4th would look pretty good.
Quentin on deck, Konerko in the hole. There's one. And a full count. Mentioned San Francisco beat the Braves 5-4. I believe that was the opener for the Giants out at AT&T. The Giants. Gigante starting off with a 4-0 record.
They've got terrific pitching.
And that's ball 4. So the dreaded leadoff walk. And here comes Quint. Carlos has walked and he has singled. He had a little duck snort single himself. When I talk about the slams, those duck snorts they get, I don't say that being malicious. I'm saying it out of enviness. I wish we could get more.
Anyway, it falls, and if you're a strong hitter, you actually get more of those than the weak hitters get because the outfield has to respect your power.
High pop up. Two up, both of them are calling. Now Span drops the ball, but they're going to be able to get Beckham at second.
That's a tremendous break and a very bad play, and that should have been Span's ball. And Ozzy's coming out now. He wants to argue with Brian O'Nora, saying that Orlando Hudson never had control of the ball. But it was explained by O'Nora. We'll watch it again. This is Span's ball. Hardy's got to get out of the way. By the time he does, the ball doesn't go that far away from him, and the Twins really get a break. Hudson bobbles the ball, and what O'Nora said is that he tagged him before he got to the bag.
No, he didn't.
And he was wrong. He did not tag him before he got to the bag.
So here's Konerko. Takes low ball 1.
You don't see many 8-4 force outs, but you saw one there.
Paulie has struck out and hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice. And he's got the catbird seat 2-0. And it's 3-0. Andrew Jones on deck. There's one.
Outfield almost exactly straight up for Paul. Scott Linebrink will most likely come into the game.
And there's ball 4.
Join the 2010 Sox Pride Club, the official online fan club of White Sox baseball, and get guaranteed primetime tickets with the new Ultimate membership. Plus, all members receive monthly ticket opportunities, an audio subscription, and other exclusive perks all season long. Visit SoxPrideClub.com.
So here's Jones. He has walked and he has gone out to right center.
80 pitches so far, including 5 walks, and nobody up in the pen.
Jacks it up and takes it low. Long look in at Butero. The ball is striking out. Quinn at second. Konerko at first. And the count goes in favor of Andrew, 2-1. First of a 3-game set. Tomorrow afternoon, Freddie Garcia against Scott Baker. So Baker plans to be with us. That's a 12-10 start. But right here, some work to do. They have really backed it down now.
Liriano has really struggled with his control this inning. And now the bullpen is going to start to work.
Here's the 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball. Gets it over. Just got a piece of it. I mentioned Garcia against Scott Baker tomorrow. In the finale of this series on Sunday and this homestand, Mark Burley against Nick Blackburn.
That Neshek loosening up in the bullpen. He hurt himself against the Sox and was gone for the better part of 2 years.
Once again, a real long look in. Outfield, still straight up. That's into left field. Young is there, makes the catch, and that is out number 2. That was a good pitch for Andrew to hit, and he was a little upset with himself.
Looked like he got a breaking ball that didn't do a whole lot. He got it right in the middle of the plate and down. And he caught it off the end of the bat.
So it's up to Rios. He's 0 for 2. Ball gets away from Butera. Runners will advance.
Goes as a wild pitch. And here comes Rick Anderson. He's coming out and he wants to talk with Liriano. That should be pass ball. You saw Butera have all kinds of problems with it. That ball never hit the dirt. And I think if Rosie takes another look at it, he'll realize that Butera got tangled up with his glove, went after it the wrong way, and let an ankle-high fastball go to the screen.
Couple of things Anderson's talking to him about. One of them, Omar Vizquel on deck.
Yeah, you got first base open. You're already down 1-0 on the count. To a guy that has driven in a lot of runs in his career.
But on the other side of that page, his control has really been bad this thing, and you don't want to load him up.
Nope.
Big hack, and the count evens at 1. Alex in the hole. Another breaking ball for a 1-2 count.
Did you see us?
And just got a piece of it. Outfield slightly to the right, gap out there in left center. Burying one right in the dirt someplace.
That would look good.
a base hit. That's going to score them both. Alex Nash going to give it a go. Yes, safe. Sox lead at 3-2.
Well, that was a gamble because Paul, who's not as fast as Alex, was not quite home yet. But a big at bat by Alex Rios, our fourth drive of the game. He catches one, drives it in the gap, drives in his second and third run of the year, puts the Sox on top, and a hustling double.
But the key was Alex waited to see where the throw was going. He saw it was off the mark. And indeed he took off. That's good base running right there.
Anytime you do that 360 spin and you get that outfielder running away from the throw, you got to take off.
Pascal hits it to the shortstop. Low throw. Morneau, a nice pick over there. Big man, besides that, Lumber can throw some weather. But the big key, 2 out, double by Rios. Sox on top by 1.
Scott Linebrink comes into the game, and the Sox have a 3-2 lead despite being out hit 8-4. And John Danks will depart after 6 innings. Once he got well over 100 pitches, that's time for him to leave. And there you look at the numbers on Linebrink.
And another good outing by one of our starters. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Johnny Danks. Top of the order for the Twinkies here in the 7th.
Well, if you want to keep this lead, this is the best man to keep off base because he's the guy that's going to run on you, especially if you're a right-hand pitcher.
He's 2 for 3. And there's a strike to even the count at 1. Just joining us, Sox with a run in the 3rd. Twins 2 in the 6th. Sox 2 in the 6th.
Sergio Santos, the right-hander. Randy Williams, the left-hander.
And the count 3-1. Got to throw some strikes, Scott.
Well, if you're a Denard fan, you know you're getting a fastball here.
So the gutted leadoff walk. Orlando Hudson, he's 1 for 3. Just tuning in, Twins started off this game in the first inning. A single by Span, single by Hudson, single by Hardy. And Danks got out of it. He struck out Morneau and then got Kadire to pop into an 8-3-4. There's the pitch, safe. That leadoff walk will kill you.
Especially with a guy that can run. I mean, they didn't even hesitate. Span just took off. And line break. Slow delivery home. Lucy did everything he could, but couldn't get it there and near in time. So the tying run moves up 90 feet.
Just stabs at it. Not a good execution right there by Hudson, and the count 0-2. You got some pitching to do out there, big man. He gone. That's 1.
0-2, I guess Hudson was guessing ball because he got a fastball right down the middle. I mean, it split the plate.
Somebody, in this case Beckham's got to hang out around second.
These guys were teammates with Milwaukee.
And the count 2-0. Morneau, the on-deck hitter. Joe Mauer, if you're just joining us. Not in the lineup tonight.
To this point.
Twins got in wee hours of the morning. Got a little help right there. Already helped him out on that pitch.
That's been the one problem with Scott this year is the inability early in the count to get anything over the plate but that fastball. And they're trying to get him to cut the ball or do something, get a little movement on it, throw strike 1.
Well, when your fastball doesn't have a lot of movement. You know, he's hit 93, 94 a couple times tonight already. If you can't get anything off speed over, all of a sudden that 94-mile-an-hour fastball is not a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
It doesn't mean anything at that point.
3-1. So the second walk of the inning. And here comes Isaac.
He's going to bring in Williams to face Morneau.
Right. Randy Williams coming on. Pitch to Morneau, and we'll be back.
Sox and celebrate Kids Day, Dia del Nino. Festivities includes an autograph session for kids, inflatable bounce house, caricature artists, face painters, and much more. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Randy Williams comes into the game with runners at first and second. Facing Justin Morneau, who's 2 for 3.
2 duck snorts. And he also has scored a run. 3-2 Sox on top. As there's first pitch strike to the big strong left-handed hitter.
It's the 3rd game in a row for Williams, who saw action the last couple against a Tribe.
Well, this is the only man he's going to face. As the count evens at 1.
Neshek continues to throw in the pen.
Now he just got Morneau back into this at bat in a big way. Got to make a pitch right here. Got to throw some strikes. Three balls and a strike to Morneau. Get foul. Get foul. That's a fair ball. So the first walk comes around the score on the double by Morneau, and this game is tied at 3. You can't get 3-0, 2-1, 2-0, 3-1 to these good hitters.
RBI number 4 on the 3rd hit of the night for Morneau. And that ball was hooking into the corner. Jerry Crawford right on the line. It's a fastball. Throw a 3-1 fastball to a guy that perennially drives in triple digits, and you've got some problems.
So now they're going to put Kadire on. Williams will pitch to the left-handed Cooper. Be the 3rd walk of the inning. Our starters so far through the first 4 games. Jake was a little rusty, but tremendous job by Burley. Good job by Gavin. Good job by Danks. Just couldn't put him away from the bullpen.
Well, Johnny Danks threw well enough to win this one here tonight. He's going to come away with a no decision. And that's happened a lot to that young man in the course of his very young career. Keeps throwing like he did tonight, though. He's going to win his share.
Yeah, if he can go 9. So here's Kubel. First pitch strike. He has walked. That was in the 4th. He also grounded the 2nd and struck out. 3-9-0 for their guys. 3-4-2 for our guys. But 1 out. The Sox pack the Twinkies. And the count 0-2. Delman Young on deck.
Pretty big advantage here in that Guys on second and third don't have particularly good speed.
Pops him up. Konerko going to take charge. 2 down. And here comes Ozzie.
Bring out Toby. Bring out Toby. All right, here's all that now.
So Sergio Santos will come on. Had a big inning last night. Went for naught as the Indians came back and won 5-3 in 11 innings. Williams departs and we'll be back.
At 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. And he came through with a great inning in the 7th inning in yesterday's game in relief of Gavin Floyd. 1-2-3 with a strikeout. But this is a completely different situation as he comes in right into the fire for a guy who a year ago was still a shortstop.
He's got Delman Young at the plate. Sacks packed with Minnesotans. And gets a good breaking ball over. Wow.
Aren't you surprised Young didn't swing at that? This is a tremendous breaking ball on the first pitch.
Put the bases loaded. That one at 96 just misses, then the count evens at 1. Gap out there in left center. That one at 96.
Well, Young is not going to hit a high fastball. Since I saw him way back in the Arizona Fall League, he was always swinging at pitches up face high, and especially at 96. Don't forget, Santos has a great straight change, but he'd be doing him a favor with it.
That's not what you want to see here.
Just one more face high fastball. You've got to make sure you get it up there.
Big pitch coming up is 2-2. You don't want to go full. All of a sudden that 96 goes down to about 92. The 2-2 pitch. He gone. Beautiful job by Sergio Santos. Yes.
Matt Neshek comes into the game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he had a long fight back. After getting hurt, having surgery. Didn't play all of last year. He's in his 3rd game already, and there are the numbers.
So the 29-year-old right-hander, 6'3", 210 pounds.
With one of the most unusual motions and setups in the major leagues. He straddles the pitching rubber.
Slider catches the outside corner, says Chris Guccione. And the count 0-1. Like say 1 for 2. And the count 0-2. Well, Neshek has done exactly what he should do. When you're not overpowering, if you can develop some sort of a funky motion like he's got, then at least you got a chance.
And also go right at the hitter, because you don't want to get in a situation where you're 2-0, 3-1.
Give guys something that they are not used to. Fastball at 89.
Normally guys who throw like this were conventional pitchers and then got hurt and changed into this. Or they were told early in their careers that they didn't have the stuff to make it, so they would have had to develop some kind of trick pitch.
He had to get left-hander like that. That's a fair ball. So the leadoff double by Alexei. And we got something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th.
And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Donnie Lucy. And this one hangs up out over the plate. It looked like it was supposed to be a slider low and away. Alexei, his 2nd hit of the night, takes it right down the line. Bill Cuzzy says it's fair. And that is a go-ahead run. And AJ's going to come out.
You know, you're talking about those funky motions. Kelly Wunsch for us.
Remember?
Purposely changed his motion to be that funky underhanded. Worked for him. Got him to the big leagues. Yeah, you see other guys with normal motions are struggling. They won't change because they're still looking for that magic to come.
Still looking for that minor league pension. Gardner comes out. And that's going to be it for Neshek.
All right, Neshek departs. Matt Guerrero comes on. We'll be back.
year's 13 games, including Cup Series tickets, leaving the rest up to you. Prices vary depending on selected seat category and game choices. For details, visit WhiteSox.com or call 312-674-1000. Matt Guerrier comes into the game. And I'm sure the thought was he throws a whole lot harder than Neshek. So he's going to try to stop A.J. from pulling the ball to the right side and moving along Ramirez.
Guerrier, former Sox farmhand, 31 years old, out of Birmingham, Alabama. First pitch strike. And A.J. gets the job done on a tough pitch. He went out and just got out and around it and hooked it.
Well, that was a smart bit of hitting for the simple reason that he had just one goal in mind. That ball was off the plate outside a good 6 inches. It was down, and A.J. did a great job of hitting this ball to the right side. And now it forces the infield in at all 4 positions.
For Juan Pierre. Boy, that was some kind of outstanding job right there by A.J. Outstanding.
Well, that's why Gardy went in to bring in Guerrier, and yet A.J. just was better than him.
Just beat him on
Yep.
the pitch. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by Butera. Last 2 years, Guerrier has had more appearances than anybody in the American League. 155 coming in this year. Matt Thornton second with 144.
Young and Kadire have excellent arms. Kadire especially in right field. Span just average in center.
The comebacker, and that's a big out. 2 down.
And now it's going to be up to Gordon Beckham.
Gordon 0 for 1 with a couple of walks tonight, so he's seen a lot of pitches. Not for Guerrier, obviously, but he's seen a lot. And that's low. Out around it, and that's foul. So 1-1 to count. In the last 2 ball games, we have had opportunities to put points on the board, could not do it. So a big spot right here, especially after that leadoff double by Alexi and then the outstanding job by Terzinski.
Butera goes out to talk with Guerrier.
Big pitch to 1-1. Blocked nicely by Butera.
Well, he did a nice job on that one because that was a tough ball to handle. Again, he didn't try to catch it. He brought the elbows in, angled his body, and took it right off the middle of the chest protector. If you do that, the ball will bound right in front of you and you can jump on it. And that could turn out to be a game-saving play.
Checks it up.
take a look from the side. And he went around.
That could have gone either way. Fouls that one back and out of play.
That high fastball usually sets up the overhand breaking ball. And if that's far enough away from Butera, Ramirez will have a good shot at scoring.
Well, Guerrero's got a good fastball because of his breaking ball. He's got a good one. And the 2-2 pitch. Moreno's got the bead, the ball, and that'll retire the side. So a tough inning right there for our guys. A leadoff double. Great job by Pierzynski to get him over. We can't get him in.
Game behind the plate. Sergio Santos, who had a couple of great breaking balls to Delman Young to get out of that bases loaded jam in the 7th. He stays on for the 8th, and he'll face the bottom part of the order. And Matt Thornton throwing in the bullpen.
Brendan Harris will lead it off. He's 0 for 3. Outfield straight up. About equidistant. Vizquel right at the cut of the grass, well off the line of third. Outside and count 2-0. Come back and get him. 3-0 the count. Sergio, 26 years old, out of Gilbert, California. There's one. First round draft pick back in 2002 by the D-backs.
As a power hitting shortstop in those days.
He had 20 home runs in 07. And a full count. Payoff pitch. Well, the leadoff walk. And Butera's going to be trying to get him over as they're going to have a pinch runner for Harris.
Probably Nick Punto, because then he'll come in to play defense. He only used one player.
Butera 0 for 3. He's got the hat trick tonight. Outfield playing straight up for this in the bunt situation. Takes ball 1. Got Denard Span on deck. Switch hitting Orlando Hudson in the hole. Three runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Twins. 3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for our Sox.
Punto has one of the 3 Twin steals this year. He's 1 for 1. You have to hope that Butera, who probably isn't called upon to bunt all that often, might take a high fastball and pop it up.
Ask him which camera is he seeing? Third base camera? Oh, right now you probably see it.
Right, that's a good one. So sacrifice 1-4.
Hey, Chad, you see us? Yeah?
And here comes Ozzie, and for the 4th game in a row, Matt Thornton's going to come in. Good bunt by Butera.
So Drew gets the job done. Ozzie. Takes the ball from Santos. He departs. Thornton comes on, and we'll be back.
Plans are available now, and the plans start as low as $232 a seat. Guarantee your seats for the 2010 season. Take advantage of all the benefits of becoming a season ticket holder. Call 312-674-1000 or visit WhiteSox.com. So for the 4th time in as many games, Matt Thornton comes in. Thornton has been a very busy man. 3-point ERA, 3 innings, 2 hits, a run, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and that was intentional. And he's looking in at Denard Span with the go-ahead run out at second base in the person of Nick Punto.
Span is 2 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Looking for it, got it, and flares it into the seats left side.
Matt has got to take a couple of looks back at Punto. He's one of the more aggressive of the twin base runners. Tony Pena loosening in the pen.
And the count 0-2. Switch hitting second baseman Orlando Hudson, the on-deck hitter, with J.J. Hardy in the hole. 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 8th inning in this 3-3 tie.
Are you watching? I wonder what kind of delay there is right now. He just pitched the ball.
1-2. Span singled in the first, grounded to short in the third, singled in the 5th.
Okay, so there's
In the last inning, led it off with a walk, and came around to score the tying run.
He released now.
And another souvenir left side. Outfield about equidistant there, spread out and swung well around to the left.
Pierre is almost right on the line in left field. Thinking that Span's not going to get around on Thornton's fastball.
He's a little shallow, too. Yeah, that's broken bat, popped up, 2 down.
Good fastball, and the head of the bat goes pinwheeling into the middle of the infield. Span left with just the handle and a very shallow pop up to shortstop.
Matabatacolas tonight.
Cold night and some handage.
So here's Hudson. He's 1 for 4. He singled in the first inning, struck out in the third, and out to right in the 5th, and struck out last inning. Can't get that one at 96.
Hudson, you're a little late. Hudson, Hudson, start swinging now. Hudson, start swinging now. Here it comes.
Gap out there in left center. Corner's not covering the lines. And that's up high.
Jerry, Hudson, there is.
6-6 southpaw sets. And the count 1-2.
You can tell that Sox pitchers are trying to stay upstairs with Hudson, higher than high, and throw it by him.
$21,416. Good crowd tonight. Getting into it all the way.
It's been a terrific game. Usually is with the Twins.
The 1-2 pitch. 2 high.
Aaron and I were saying before the game that even before this current crop of players, games between the Twins and the Sox were just something special. There was a little intensity that always presented itself. I know he particularly liked the games played in the Dome, but there's some great games between the two.
Pop up, ate him up right there with that pitch. Paulie's got it. Terrific job by Thornton. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Quinton, Konerko, and Jones.
It's tied at 3 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning, and we've got a new third baseman. Nick Punto, who came in to pinch run, stays in the game. So it's going to be the heart of the order. Due up against Matt Guerrier.
Carlos Quinton will lead it off. As the old ejector button pops it out in the count 1-0. Carlos has walked single. Then hit into an 8-4 fielder's choice and came around to score.
It's unusual.
And 1-0 count, not a good swing.
I think he got what looked like a split finger.
Rounded down past Jeff Cox. So 1-2 to Carlos. I mentioned Freddie Garcia tomorrow. It's a 12:10 start. Make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field. His opponent will be Scott Baker, 6'4" right-hander. If you can't make it, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And in the finale of the series on Sunday. And his homestand, Mark Burley against Nick Blackburn, and that game will be over WGN. Full count. And that's foul straight back.
Bobby Jenks getting loosened up in the bullpen, hoping that he has an opportunity for a save situation.
Pops him up right side. And right now, with one out, let's check out the results of our U.S. Cellular text poll question. Will the Minnesota Twins repeat as American League Central Division champs? 54% yes. So here's Paulie. Paulie 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Just tuning in, big hit for us in this ball game was a 2-out, 2-run double by Alex Rios in the 6th inning. Drops the hook on him. And the count 0-2. Good 2-strike hitter right here, 14. Wants it down low. Way low. And count 2-2.
Well, perhaps tomorrow afternoon you won't be needing those blankets. Supposed to be in the mid-60s and sunny.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Takes him right back through the middle.
Well, when you see 4 curveballs in the same at bat, the last curveball had better be really good.
Wasn't bad.
This one was in a good spot. It just didn't break quite as sharply as the others.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just a good job by Paul.
Yeah, Paul's been around long enough where you figured that's what Guerrero would be trying to do with him. And now we're going to get a pinch runner, and it's Mark Teahen.
So here's Jones. Andrew has walked, gone out to right, and gone out to left. Last time up, got a good pitch to hit and just underneath it. Trying to put a 2 spot on the board right there. Meanwhile, 0-1 to count. That's just foul.
Little kids, little kids.
A little quick. Now he's got to cinch it up and hunker down. Let's put a little contact swing on.
Sox don't score. Most likely it'll be Tony Pena. They do score. It'll be Bobby James. As both loosen in the pen.
Gutierrez with a pick and the count 1-2.
He moves pretty well behind the plate.
He looks good back
He had one pitch that he kind of boxed tonight. Other than that, he's blocked pitches in the dirt. He's moved well to both sides. And he's calling most of his own pitches.
Andrew just did cue that one foul. Oh, he's looking good back there now. Under 3 strikeouts, but then he laid down a big sacrifice bunt.
Gutierrez started with the New York Mets. Came over in a trade in 2007.
Count evens at 2. And that's chopped foul. We're seeing some pitches in this at bat. That's never a bad thing.
Well, he's fouling off some pretty good curveballs.
So that's the problem. Guerrero's just making some decent pitches on it. Got him upstairs. High heater. 2 down. First strikeout for Guerrero, forced by Minnesota pitching. Johnny Danks, if you're just tuning in, had 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, just 1 earned, 8 hits, 1 walk, had 6 strikeouts. So here's Alex, that big 2-run double. That put us on top 3-2. That ball smoked right to Delmon Young. That's a hang woof'em for Alex. He has had a few of those already in this short season. We're into the 9th, still tied at 3. Twins catcher was the 2009 American League Most Valuable Player. All he did was hit .365, 28 homers, and drove in 96. Outstanding athlete. Joe Mauer, tonight's Toyota moving forward.
Pretty good numbers when you consider that he missed a month. And Martin stays in the game at first base. So he ran for Konerko, stays in the game for him. Tony Pena comes in. 2/3 of an inning this year. And he's got to go right through the middle of the Twin order.
First pitch strike. Already 1 for 3 that first inning single. He also walked in the 7th. Up high, 1-1. Just a bit of a gap out there in left center. There's a chopper foul.
Scott Olger doesn't make a real good play on it. At the end, tries a kick save, but it wasn't a beauty.
Morneau on deck, Cuddyer in the hole. The iron, the heart of this order. A.J. coming up a little quick on that one. And the count 2-2. Kansas City was trailing Boston 3-0. It is now bottom of the 8th in Kansas City. Royals leading 4-3. He gone.
Pena throws a slider that's in a perfect spot. Didn't break a great deal, but it doesn't have to. It settled nicely into A.J.'s glove.
So here's Morneau. He's 3 for 4, a couple of soft singles, and then an RBI double. Right down the right field line.
He's thrown him 2 off-speed pitches back to back. And he's now in an 0-2 hole.
And that's up high, ball 1. Morneau last year, 274, 30 homers, 100 driven in. But boy, that back of his really bothered him as that's poked out in the left field. Montpierre is there. And a very dangerous hitter is retired. In the bottom of the 9th for our guys, it'll be the lower third of the order. Scheduled hitters are Vizquel, Ramirez, and A.J. So here's Cuddyer. Takes a slider strike. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. That coming back in the 6th inning. Just joining us, no home runs in the ball game. And the count very quickly, 0-2. Two-strike pitch. And the backdoor him with a fastball.
He went 95, but got a little under that one.
Two and two. Cuddyer last year, 32 homers, 94 driven in. And Steve was telling you earlier, just a real solid outfielder. One of the more accurate arms in all of baseball. Originally a shortstop. And a full count.
Well, originally a #1 draft choice and had some physical problems during the course of his career, but when he's healthy, he's just a very solid player. And the idea of this team being piranhas, they can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They've got some good power on this team.
Well, they lost some of their piranhas. He gone. Beautiful inning right there for Tony Pena. Will go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 3.
Brian Dunsing comes into the game, and last year he split his season between the bullpen and the starting rotation. He was 5-2 overall with a 3.64 ERA. Third of an inning this year, he's been working out of the bullpen. Dunsing last year started 9 games, including one against us.
And he won it.
He had a good changeup, not overpowering.
Omar Vizquel, 0 for 3. Takes ball 1. And there's the strike. Dunsing. 27 years old out of Omaha. And the count 2-1. Vizquel is hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice, struck out and grounded to short. There's a chopper foul. Nick Punto makes the play. Start us off right here, 11. The 2-2 pitch. Lamar just trying to take him into right field. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Twinkies. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for our Sox here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As we speak, 46 degrees here at US Cellular Field. And that's foul down past Jeff Cox.
Notice Jeff is not exactly using his fielding technique tonight. A little chilly for him, I think. Maybe it's the chapped lips that's bothering him.
Or the bad hands.
Could be both, yes.
Back up the middle. Nice play by Hardy. And it's out number 1.
Moore hits this ball pretty well, but unfortunately, J.J. Hardy gets to it. He's got a very strong arm and an accurate throw, and that head first dive to first base. Ill-advised head first dive if you're not trying to avoid a tag.
Well, here's Alexi. He's 2 for 3. Single and a run scored in the 3rd. Popped up to 2nd in the 5th. Double to start off the 7th, but we couldn't get him around. AJ did a heck of a job to get him to 3rd with 1 out. We couldn't get him in. Three and 0. And there's the strike. Dunsing, good movement on his sinker.
And for the most part, likes to keep it away from the right-hand hitters.
And there's a chopper 2 hopper. That's what he wants the right-handed hitters to do.
Just roll over the top of it.
Hit those nice little ground balls to the left side. So here it is, AJ. Good pinch hit for Donnie Lucy. Back in the 7th inning, as I mentioned, did a heck of a job. Took a pitch that was well outside the zone. Went out and hooked it to the second baseman to move Alexi into 3rd. Off speed, hit him way out in front. That ball into left field. Delmon Young is there for a nice inning for Brian Duensing, and we will go for the second night in a row. Extra innings. Field. Tony Pena still on the bump. He will face Kubel, Young, and Punto, the scheduled hitters for the Twinkies. A 3-3 tie. Twins with 9 hits. We have 6. Twins have yet to commit an error this season. We have 2 tonight. Gives us 4 on the year. So here's a very powerful Jason Kubel. Grounded to second, walked, struck out, and fouled out to first. Takes first pitch strike, outfield. Just slightly to the left. And the count 0-2.
Kubel has some pretty big power against right-hand pitchers. 24 of his 26 home runs last year came against right-handers. 2 good off-speed pitches, though, the first 2.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Fastball tailing back.
Set him up with the off-speed pitches and tried to nip the inside corner as A.J. yanks it back, but Chris Guccione would have none of it.
A little too far inside. And the count 2-2. AJ's got him. And that's out number 1.
Well, nice stop by AJ as that slider was buried in the dirt. AJ able to corral it, keep it in front, move into foul territory. With Mark Teahen giving him a good target into foul territory also.
And here's Delmon Young, and big man is coming out on deck. To Hopper. And 2 out. And listen to this nice applause. very appreciative White Sox fans.
And Jimmy tips his batting helmet to him.
Jimmy, the proud owner. 565 home runs. One in a Minnesota uniform is Big Hank. And that coming last night at the Big A in Anaheim.
A high drive to deep right field.
This one is into the seats, a 3-run home. Fastball.
He got most of that.
Puts that short swing on it. He gets a lot of it. Big swings. There's the strike. Good movement right there from Pena, and the count 1-2. One of the nicest guys to ever put a uniform on in the game of baseball. Two and two.
Game 163 against these same Twins. The plaque commemorates where the ball went. It seemingly went forever.
And a full count. You got Drew Butera on deck.
And someone warming up their legs right now in case he draws a walk.
Well, you just don't want to give him a cookie. He gone. Nice job by Pena. 6 up, 6 down, 3 strikeouts. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th, top of the order for our Sox. Three tie. Top of the order, Pierre, Beckham, and Quentin face Brian Dunsing.
Looks like Casilla checked in the game at third. Punto taken out for Jim Thome. So Casilla, who we saw a lot of at second base last year, the third baseman of the evening, and the Sox will lead it off at the top of the order.
Casilla at the cut of the grass. Morneau, a couple of steps back, now comes in as first pitch breaking ball strike to Pierre, who is 0 for 4 tonight, 2 for 16 on the season. Big gap out there in right center. Ate him up. 2 pitches, 1 out. So So here's Gordon Beckham. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks this evening. That's high and wide. There's a strike. We were talking earlier in the game, Steve, about left-handers and right-handed hitters trying to figure out a way to beat them. If you're strong enough to hit the ball out the ballpark to right center field, Dunsing is very, very hard for a right-hander. If he gets a pitch, the fastball at center where he wants it at all, you're not going to take him out very often.
Well, but there's a big gap in right center field, and
better believe it.
You have Kadire playing well off the line in right, so there's a lot of room to the opposite field.
But in this ballpark, there are not too many right-handers that can't hit it out to the opposite field. When you and I played, they had maybe one, maybe two guys that could go opposite field. Today, everybody.
Especially when it's a little warmer.
The old adage, pitch them away, play them away, is no longer works. The 2-2. Just underneath it.
You got a good one to hit there because Butera wanted it inside. Dunsing didn't get it there. That's not his strength. His strength is away. Now he'll throw some breaking balls down, but if he's going to the fastball, more likely than not he wants it away.
And another souvenir. Back to the middle and into center field. So a one-out single, and it'll bring up Carlos Quentin.
Gordon doesn't try to pull this ball, just takes it right back up the middle. You see the ball's away. That's where Dunsing wants to stay with it. Now, if you try to pull that ball, you're going to hit it right at J.J. Hardy. We've seen that enough tonight. But Gordon just took it back up the middle, got the base hit.
One thing about him, he knows how to play the game of baseball. Yeah. And he knows he's got some great thoughts up there at the plate, but it's going to be a lot of fun watching him in the next few years just develop, because there's so much more for him to learn. That's low and away.
First of all, most of these pitchers, not all of them, but most of them, he's seeing for the first time. Doesn't have a great idea yet what they're trying to do with him, but he's got enough talent to figure it out if he sees enough pitches.
Well, one thing about Gordon is the fact he probably sees his pitch per at bat is right up there among all our hitters. It's right up there at the top.
Also, one aspect of his game which is easy to overlook is the fact that he has great anticipation on the base paths. If he sees the ball in the dirt, he's going to take off, and it's going to be tough to throw him out.
And that's in the hole. So now the winning run at second. With one down, that'll bring up Mark Teahen.
Carlos takes his ball in the hole. So one to the left of Hardy, one to the right of Hardy. And Mark Teahen, who came on to pinch run for Paul Konerko, with a chance to end it with a base hit.
So here we go, 1 out, 2 on.
Twins bullpen up and going once again, so you would think that the right-hander would be brought in to face Andruw Jones, who's in the on-deck circle.
He's looking for his first hit in the Sox uniform. He is 0 for 8. And the count 1-1. Out and around it, chops it foul. Now he's in the hole 1-2. Boy, when you're struggling like Mark has been, it seems like every time you go up to the plate, you're 0-2 or 1-2. You're doing good. You're 2-0, 3-1. One-two pitch. Down ball. And they turn it. So the double play. And we'll go to the 11th. Ended that, and now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Drew Butera. Pretty good pinch hitter to send up there.
I would think so. This is the one weapon that they had on the bench all game, waiting to use, and not necessarily this situation, but Joe Mauer is going to lead it off.
Three 9-0 for them, 3-8-2 for us. Takes ball one. Mauer is 26 years old, soon to be 27. There's a strike on the inside corner. Born in St. Paul, now resides in Fort Myers, Florida. That when they sign him. $84 million contract. You can live anywhere you want. You can reside anywhere.
You can reside in a few places.
And the count 2-1. Last year hit 365, 28 homers, drove in 96. Three-time batting champion. Just a wonderful athlete. And the count 3-1. You talk about certain. Most of the time when you talk about a stylish pitcher, for an example, it's always left-handed. Most of the time,
no question.
when you talk about a pretty-looking ball player, most of the time they're left-handed hitters
with a beautiful swing.
Yeah, he certainly is that. Pops him up. Want a long way to go. Can't get there.
Well, this is going to be a tough inning for Tony Pena because Ozzie is forced to extend him into his third inning of work. He's the 6th of the Sox pitchers tonight. Certainly doesn't want to go to J.J. Putz. And you're trying to save Bobby because if we don't score, you can't use him for multiple innings.
And once again, the payoff. So the leadoff walk. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Denard Span. It was 2 for 4. Vizquel in on the grass at third. Long look in. See what Gardner, he's got some options. He doesn't have to bunt in this situation at all. Got good speed at the plate. You got good speed in Mauer on the base pass. See which way he wants to go. He's going to bunt him.
Well, Joe Mauer's major league career, he has 34 stolen bases, been thrown out just 7 times.
Well, he has a few against us. Not many, but a few. And every time he's stolen the base against us, it's been in a huge situation.
2005, his first full season, he stole 13 out of 14. But when you catch enough, it does have a tendency to slow you down somewhat.
And he's going to bunt him again. Slips down. Makes a nice recovery right there by righting himself and making a good throw.
Sacrifice 1-3, and Pena's feet go out from under him, from his posterior. Still able to make a good throw, but that's a go-ahead run out at second base.
So here's Hudson. He's 1 for 5, had a first inning single. Outfield around to the left, gap in right center. You got Hardy on deck, and then Morneau in the hole. They sit here. You're not going to throw Mauer out at the plate. Besides having good speed, he is a real solid base runner. Good instincts. Breaking ball, drops it over nicely for strike 1. 1-1 to count. And that's inside.
Their closer, John Roush, is throwing in the bullpen. He's already got a couple of saves.
The 2-1 pitch. Nice pick by A.J. Mercer.
This could have easily have gone to the screen, but able to dig it out of the dirt. Keep Mauer at second.
He was trying to get over there, moving to his right. That's a tough pick for a catcher. That ball hit into center field. Alex is there. Mauer tags. He'll move into third on the deep drive by Hudson, and that's out number 2.
Well, good base running by Mauer, because now he knows anything in the dirt, and he's going to score the go-ahead run. As soon as he saw that Alex had set up right here, he sees him set up. He knows he's going to make the catch. And coasts into third base.
So here's Hardy, 1 for 4. That first inning single. Grounded to short. Alexa made a real good play on him. Popped up to right, walked, and struck out. That's the man you want right here, because Morneau on deck. For his first pitch, strike over.
And Hardy was the first man that Tony faced when he came in the 9th inning, and he struck him out on a slider.
Well, you got to think one thing. Hardy's a veteran. He knows who's on deck. He knows that they want him. They don't want Morneau. So he comes at him with 2 straight fastballs, and the count 0-2.
Well, the slider you're going to try to get him with here should be tantalizing enough, but just off the plate outside.
Not way down.
You don't want anything way down.
No. AJ moves out there.
That ball had really good movement on it. Chris Guccione said no. I thought it was a little high. And AJ did bring it back down into the zone.
AJ thought it was high.
Yeah, had the plate, but he tried to yank it down. Nothing doing.
Well, Guccione's had a solid game.
I think he's been good behind the plate.
Yeah, he has. That was very close. Pena thought he had it. He's got such good movement. That ball's tailing back.
AJ wants it away. Usually when you hit the glove, you get that one. That time, Tony did not get the benefit of the call.
And look what happens. Mauer scores. Twins lead at 4-3. So the leadoff walk comes around. Very close pitch, the previous one to Hardy. AJ thought they had him struck out. Pena didn't get it.
Yeah, that was a hanging slider, and Alexei actually dove over the top of that ball.
Now you got to contend with Morneau. Fans really getting on Guccione now. 1-1 the count. 1-0-3 for 5, 2 singles, and RBI double. And the count 2-1. That's just a hard strike. Four 10-0 for them. 3-8-2 for us. First of this 3-game set. And the count goes full with Micah Dyer, the on deck hitter.